Do it up.
Okay. So I recently did a forgiveness ceremony for originally it started with some ancestral healing, but it's worth sharing. So here's a basic idea and concept that you can walk yourself through. Look for a guided meditation because I think this is really an exciting thing that people can do. And forgiving is so important. And we totally carry around all this guilt and shame that we don't need to be carrying. And we can just make our energy and everything so much lighter and brighter. And yeah, if we're able to forgive ourselves, right? Uh, like, so because we're all one, it forgives everybody. You can start this in a forest. So the basic principle is like I went to a hut and there's a fire, and the fire is source, your higher self, God, whatever you believe in. But really, isn't that the only thing that has the power to judge us? Even though it's totally all love and forgiveness, right? And so I sat in this sweat lodge, native style sweat lodge thing. Go ahead and adapt however you want. But the main key here is this magical fire. Uh, it was blue and purple and gold and white. And I just imagined a big fire. I actually didn't even imagine too much detail to it. It was just the point of this fire. And so I just kind of like grabbed guilt and I felt it a bit. There were a little bit of tears. I didn't look too much into what it is. You don't have to know what it is. The point is, you're taking these big clumps and you're feeding this fire with it. You're taking out the shame and this guilt. It doesn't even matter. You just do it. You can think of as many things every day you could do it. You could do it on any topic that you want. You just throw it in there. And then what comes from smoke? Fire is smoke, right? So you breathe in the smoke of forgiveness. And I had a hard time with this at the very first few bit, because we don't feel like we deserve it. Sometimes we might feel super unworthy, like we do not deserve to be forgiven, but you do. And so you just keep sticking with it, keep sucking it in because there wouldn't be smoke if the source of the fire wasn't purifying all this guilt and shame you're throwing in there. You're giving it fuel and source. You're practicing energetic alchemy with this visualization. So out is coming forgiveness, and you're breathing that in, and you're just do that for until you feel like you're done. Uh, and then go out of the hut or building, and you're gonna want to, you're all sweaty. You've been sitting in all the smoke and everything and sweating, and there's a hot fire. And so now you're gonna go to a stream or a crystal cave if you've gone into any of the meditations that I have gone in. I went to the crystal cave with all my version, just a version of myself in the crystal cave, and I washed with forgiveness soap. But you can go to a stream, a waterfall, whatever you're called to go to. Your mind and self knows all the answers to this and the best way for you to do it, right? It's about you. I'm just sharing to give you something to build off of and to have your own experience. And then so you go and you wash all the sweat and everything and the forgiveness smoke. You should be totally just filled with this forgiveness now, your cells and everything, this smoke that you inhaled. And so we just want to wash off any residue of anything. And then after that, you get out and you dry yourself off. Maybe you are called to go into another room, maybe another little different space. I went to another fire that was outside and roasted marshmallows with my grandma and my ancestors and reset the intent. So if maybe you're doing it for something specific, uh, like I was doing it, one of them for uh relationship, a friendship that I have, and I was taking on too much responsibility. And so I reset my intent of I'm not responsible for other people. I'm not responsible for that person. And so I set that intent to bring forward, and that, like, because I was able to forgive myself for whatever happened and whatever role I played and however I felt I was responsible when I wasn't. We're not responsible for other people. We're just responsible for ourselves. So I just reset the intent to not overextend. And so maybe there's some extra intent that you need to or want to add after your forgiveness ceremony. That maybe just that you'll be more forgiving to yourself, and that you don't need to carry it all around. Yeah. So my goal that I every full moon and half moon I remake my goals, and it's been to get this half cycle has been to do a forgiveness thing every day. And I've been pretty on target, and it really makes a huge difference for how I feel in a day and how I feel about myself. And it's so much easier to carry love. So I just wanted to share that with you. Awesome. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for visiting. Thank you for visiting Windows Light.